With the issues that have newly arisen, it has taken some crafty thinking and sacrifice in order to don our caps and gowns. Although the year seemed to be against the graduating class, we have adapted and overcame the many challenges presented to us. We have missed out on some once-in-a-lifetime experiences, but the ceremony marks our journey into some of life's other glories. While our hard work and determination has played a major role in our success, it would not have been attainable without the help of some significant people. These people are our families, who have raised and supported us, our teachers, who have lightened and guided us, and our friends, who have aided us and increased the quality of our lives. Many of these people do so not by obligation, but instead by their own choice. For this, we must thank them and ensure that their efforts do not go unnoticed. Not only should we be thankful for the people who have made this possible, but also appreciate the land in which it has been made, the schools in which we have gathered, the communities that have housed and encouraged us, and most importantly, our amazing country, which has protected us and given us several liberties to thrive and succeed. Please rise and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Welcome to the ELCO 2020 Commencement Ceremony. My fellow classmates and I are very excited for this day, as it is a huge milestone in our lives. We are very happy that our friends and family came out to watch us walk across this stage. We gather here at the commencement ceremony for one thing, to celebrate my fellow 2020 graduates. We have been waiting for this day for 13 long years. In those 13 years, I think it's safe to say, we have made long-lasting memories, unbreakable friendships, received an outstanding education, and learned valuable lessons. During this program, I would like all of my fellow classmates to think about all of the memories and friendships they have created. You might be thinking that this day marks the ending, but it doesn't. It marks the beginning. We have had struggles throughout the 4 years, but we all persevered through the countless nights of studying, the endless homework, the sports practices, and it has all been leading up to this one day. My classmates and I have been working all our lives to walk across the stage and receive our diplomas. I cannot express how proud I am of every one of you, and I hope the bonds I have made remain unbreakable. One last thing before we continue with the program, I would like to say that this day represents progression in our lives. Throughout school, we have constantly been at the bottom of the food chain and then worked to the top of the food chain. Even though this is true, we've always had a goal in mind. For example, I remember myself saying, I can't wait to be in 8th grade, so I'm at the top. I can't wait until I'm a senior, so I'm at the top. We've always had a goal, and that is what kept us going. Life is about moving forward and bettering yourself. Next year, for the people entering college life, we will be at the bottom once more. However, I know darn well we will continue to persevere and climb to the top, because that is what our class is about. There was never any doubt that my fellow classmates and I would move on to do great things after high school. I know we have all been thinking that, so now it's time to prove it. Class of 2020, we came into this life right after a terrorist attack, and we are leaving this stage of our lives during a global pandemic. If that isn't a sign that we're meant to do extraordinary things, I don't know what else is. All of us have faced adversity in our lives, but we all embraced the struggle and made it to the top. This graduation is the peak of the mountain we have been climbing for so long. So take a deep breath and enjoy the view of being on top of the world. Let's prove to the world that we have what it takes to be outstanding in whatever we choose to do. Thank you for all of your time, and welcome to Graduation 2020.
I would first like to start by thanking my teachers, friends, and family for offering me endless support through my years of schooling. I would also like to thank those listening to my speech today. I can be changed by what happens to me, but I refuse to be reduced by it. It's a quote by the renowned poet Maya Angelou, and it sums up how I believe our class can use what we have experienced to continue to persevere and be strong through whatever else life sends our way. A big picture event that has shaped our lives in one way or another is the tragic event of 9/11. Our class was born and raised surrounding 9/11 in a time when society was undergoing new challenges that have never been faced before. We had to grow up during these times of great change and uncertainty. Our country as a whole had to join together to overcome what happened, and our country has never been the same since. The events that happened did not break us, but made this country stronger, and we grew up during this time, seeing the importance of resilience unfold right in front of us. Additionally, resilience was needed and was demonstrated by the class of 2020. As a whole, this has not been the ideal senior year. A pivotal moment in our lives was drastically altered, and we have traversed territory no class ever has before. We are the first class in history to not have the traditional graduation, prom, award ceremonies, and other senior experiences, but nonetheless, we still made it here. That is something to be very proud of. That is resilience. The previous events I mentioned are very broad and impact nearly everyone, but what about the challenges we face every day? Personally, senior year has been one of the most strenuous for me. I loaded my schedule with demanding courses I worked, and I had to navigate the college application and acceptance process. I got through all the obstacles I faced by managing my time, getting help when I needed it, and by focusing on the bigger picture and not the small issue I might have been facing in the moment. Every day there was something I had to overcome, and I always pushed through. Through conversations with my fellow classmates, I realized that we all face these small and large challenges. All of us have experienced this huge change to our senior year. We have jobs, we have sports, and we also dedicate a lot of time to our studies. What we have experienced has been really challenging, but through these obstacles, we have demonstrated a special characteristic called resiliency. Reflecting on the quote by Maya Angelou, all the things we have experienced can change who we are, but never should they hold us down. We can be shaped from our experiences to become stronger individuals. In our foreseeable future, some of us are going to college, a trade school, entering the workforce, taking a gap year, or some of us still need time to figure out what we're going to do. We will face challenges along any path we take, but what all of us will be able to do is overcome any of those challenges. We can either rise up or let those challenges diminish us. I have confidence that all of us will rise up, and even though what we face may change us, it will not reduce us. I cannot wait to see what the future holds for each and every one of you, and I wish you the best of luck in whatever you choose to do.
This is a very odd feeling giving a speech like this. It's very professional and comfortable, so thank you to everyone who put this together. So when I was first informed that I would be giving a speech at our graduation, I did what all the great orators throughout humankind have done, and that is Googled how to give a great graduation speech. And you know, for the most part, I found exactly what I expected to find. Cliche themes like be all that you can be, shoot for the stars, and set high goals. And the truth is, I probably could have written a decent speech off of one of these points because they are good points, but it would have been just that, decent and easy. But that's how we Americans like things these days, right? Easy and comfortable. People are content with being average and go out and strive for mediocrity. They'll do enough to get by, but absolutely nothing more, stopping at the bare minimum of what's required. And you know, from the very beginning of our lives, our parents have been telling us, don't be mean. Maybe they just meant, don't be average. Now, although the math humor is there, which I do enjoy, it's also a very serious statement. And shout out to Mr. Klein for his math comedy tour coming soon. Very excited for that. Because becoming mediocre or average isn't something that just happens. It starts slow with little things that only affect you. You only know about them. But you get that taste of comfort and what's easy, and you like it. Your mind tells you you like it. And all of a sudden, this choice begins dominating everything that you do. The choice to be easy, the choice to do what's comfortable. Around you are people you have dry relationships with because you don't put in the extra time to get to know them. You ask the easy questions and avoid the hard ones. You don't really care about their well-being. All you care about is getting by and ending the conversation so you can go to sleep at night, because that's what's easy. I learned a lot in the classroom throughout my 13 years of schooling, but I truly believe that some of the most important lessons that I've learned were taught through sports. And for me, that sport would have been football. And among the countless lessons that I've learned through this game, the one I'm going to talk about today is to learn to love being uncomfortable. Because when you learn to be a little uncomfortable, a lot of growth can happen. I find it truly amazing how much you're capable of if you can just tap into it. And the only one stopping you from tapping into it is you. If you push yourself to be better in all aspects of your life, if you get a little out of your comfort zone, if you get a little uncomfortable, all aspects of your life begin to improve, especially when it gets difficult. Because that's when the biggest improvement happens. Your school life, your work life, your family life, and your personal life all improve, all because you got a little uncomfortable. Meaningful relationships grow around you because now you're actually caring. You're asking the hard questions. You start seeing your grades improve. You're more passionate about everything that you do, all because you're a little uncomfortable. Now, don't think that I'm saying that if you didn't get all A's in high school and you don't go on to get all A's in college, you're not making $200,000 a year after graduation, or you don't even love where your life is at right now, means that you're just mediocre and you're just average and that's all you'll ever be, because that is not what I'm saying at all. Despite my love for math, average cannot be measured with humans as it can with numbers, because putting a one-size-fits-all mold to define mediocrity with people is wrong, and it can't be done because everybody is different. So for example, say you're not the greatest at math, but you study at it. You ask the teacher for extra help. You do everything possible to put yourself in position to do well on the test the next day, but you go in and you get a C. The kid next to you also got a C, except he's naturally gifted at math but doesn't care. He doesn't participate in class, doesn't do his homework, and really doesn't care about school at all. He's going to go through life that way. He's not going to care about anything and just do what's easy and comfortable for him because that's what his mind thinks he wants. He's going to waste all his natural talents and never end up really anywhere that's important. But the kid that worked hard is going to attack life. He's going to be hungry for everything that he has and work for everything that he got. And that is truly nothing that you can buy in a store. It's only that you can tap into. So for me, this once again goes back to football, because by no means am I a naturally gifted athlete. I'm undersized, I'm unathletic. But sophomore year, I was in practice all the time. I would stand there and hold a big bag and most times get hit by the starters, driven back 10 yards, and often end up on my back. And although most times it ended the same way, I was still in there every rep I got. There were people who would just stand around on the sidelines and not get in because they didn't really care. They wanted to do what was easy. Don't waste it. I focused on aspects of the game that I could control, always knowing my place. I focused on my technique so I could beat people who were bigger than me with my size because of the technique. I took advantage of every rep I got in the weight room instead of screwing around because I needed it. And I'm still unathletic and I'm still undersized, but because I got a little uncomfortable and I put in extra time and I did everything I can working hard to put myself in position to be great, I got an opportunity to play under the lights on a Friday night, and it was an incredible experience that I wouldn't trade for anything in the world. Go through life that way. Never settle for just average. Don't coast through life huddled around in the sideline when you could be out there getting better. Don't be content and don't get comfortable with a life that is led and dominated by mediocrity, because it will only drag you down and hold you back from what you're truly capable of. And sometimes you will take the easy route and you'll fade off the course that you've worked so hard to pave. So surround yourself with people who actually care about your success, who want to see you succeed, and not these vampires who just want to use you. I'd like to thank everybody who pushed me throughout my life, because there's a long list of people who actually care about me. Whether it be teachers, coaches, friends, or my family, I'm very thankful for everything you have all done for me, because it was a lot. I'm eternally in debt, and I'll never forget it. Because the truth is, you wouldn't believe the power that is just waiting inside of you for you to unlock it. All you have to do is tap into it, and the only one that can do it is you. Henry Ford once said that mediocrity is the worst enemy of prosperity. And I couldn't think of a better quote to wrap this speech up, because it's absolutely true. The only thing holding you back from everything you want and desire is your brain's desire to be comfortable. So don't let it win. For the sake of your future education, your future job, your future family, for the sake of the country, please never settle for just average.
I am honored to introduce this year's commencement speaker, Mr. Christopher Heft. In keeping with an ELCO tradition that has evolved over the years, the senior class nominates individuals who have significantly impacted their educational experiences at ELCO. From these nominations, the speaker to give the commencement address is chosen. Mr. Heft is a dynamic, engaging, and passionate educator. While his enthusiasm for his content is pervasive, it pales in comparison to his enthusiasm for his students, whom he affectionately refers to as his student family. His classroom exudes a contagious adoration of all things nature: birds, insects, trees, moss. Mr. Heft loves it all. His excitement and passion for the intricate details of nature compels those within his classroom to want to learn more. His ability to enrapture you in nature is unparalleled. Within moments, he has you hooked and you crave to learn more. Teaching, for Mr. Heft, is a gift through which he can impact the lives of his student family. Mr. Heft graduated from ELCO in 1989. While pursuing his bachelor's degree in biology with a minor in psychology at Kutztown University, he also drove for UPS. This spring, Mr. Heft will complete his master's degree in curriculum and instruction from Kutztown University. Mr. Heft enjoys living in the same school district in which he teaches. Doing so enables him to build connections with students and families and immerses him in the school community. He has a passion for music, particularly classic rock and jam bands, and sings in the praise band at Friedens Lutheran Church in Myerstown. Outside of the classroom, Mr. Heft enjoys Legos, all things Star Wars, and has a weakness for Nutrageous bars and Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. Mr. Heft has been married to his wife Holly for 21 years and has 2 daughters, Bella and Chloe, and a son, Jarrett. It is my honor to introduce Mr. Christopher Heft to give the commencement address for the ELCO class of 2020.
Good morning, afternoon, or evening, ELCO class of 2020. I say this because I have no idea when you'll be viewing this commencement address. I must pause for a moment to tell you how honored I am to have the opportunity to have been chosen as your commencement speaker. There are times throughout our lives that can be remembered as milestones. They are profound, noteworthy, and moving experiences that humble us professionally and personally. This is such an occasion for me. I took this stage in 2012 to deliver a message to the ELCO class in that year. I'd like to give the ELCO class of 2012 a most sincere shout out for making me a better teacher and preparing me for this moment, your moment, the ELCO class of 2020. Your class will join the ELCO class of 2012, forever etched in my memory as a profound personal and professional milestone. Also, I'd like to thank all of your family and friends for the support they've given all of you to get to this point. I'd also be remiss if I failed to mention my fine colleagues and administrators, many from whom I learn, aspire to be like, and have formed strong personal and professional relationships with. They are true champions, in my opinion, and want nothing but the best for all of their students. Lastly, I'd like to thank my family for the love and support they give me as a father and a husband to be able to do my job and be the best person I can be. Folks, you'll forever be known as the ELCO High School COVID class of 2020. But you're all connected globally to other students. You've experienced a global pandemic. You've made sacrifices during your senior year. Your field trips were canceled. Your athletic seasons were canceled. Concert performances were canceled. Prom was canceled. Graduation was modified. But I really think that was an awesome graduation ceremony, personally. Other events canceled. I could go on and on about all of the things that you as seniors were deprived of this year. Your social interactions were limited or eliminated. Your birthday celebrations were altered. I would, however, like to offer a different perspective, a perspective of positivity, one that will serve you well as you move through life. In 2012, my commencement address theme was called Detours. In 2020, yours is called Roadblocks and How We Respond to Them. Consider the word COVID. I know. You're tired of hearing this word, so am I. But as a lover of language and a fellow wordsmith, I believe it's made up of some pretty intriguing letters. C-O-V-I-D. Let's consider C. We might associate that word C with contagion. We've seen many people globally contract this virus. Instead, I'd offer the word character. That which is expressed when no one is looking. Did you do your part, isolating, distancing? Did you help others when able? Did you feel defeated, or were you resilient? Next letter is O. The word obstinacy comes to mind. That's being stubborn, not flexible, resistant to change. I'd instead offer opportunity. Maybe you experience positive opportunities that otherwise would not have been possible without the stay-at-home order. I know I did. I got to work with some online educational platforms that I otherwise would not have had time to do. I got to read for pleasure. You guys know what I mean, right? I got to spend time with my family. They were thrilled. Were you flexible with your class schedule online? Did you step out of your comfort zone? Next letter. V. A word that comes to mind would be virulence. That refers to the infection and severe nature of the coronavirus. But perhaps we can look at it as valor. It was evident that our frontline health professionals and essential workers displayed immense valor during the COVID crisis. A shout out and much respect to those individuals. We've got your back. Then the letter I. Isolation. I'm sure we've had enough of this. I'd instead offer identity or innovation. Did you learn something about yourself? Did you embrace the educational innovations of your teachers? Did you pay attention to the innovative processes that restaurants and businesses developed to serve the greater good? Were you innovative? Did you adapt to the restrictive way of life? Adaptability is a desirable skill that'll be needed now more than ever as we proceed to our new normal. Lastly, the letter D. You know what I'm going to say. Distancing. I was more of an isolator. I didn't distance. I just stayed home, and I was quite happy there. My wife does tell me that I need to be a better distancer. And yes, I have a positive spin for the letter D also. Diligence. or determination? Did you give up or move forward in a determined fashion? This pandemic isn't going to break us. Maybe it'll bring us all closer, locally, nationally, globally. Kind of makes me feel like this. I've got sunshine on a cloudy day. When it's cold outside, I've even got the month of May. Well, I guess you say, what can make me feel this way? My girl? Well, I don't know, maybe. But I'd offer that it's our way of thinking, positive thinking. It goes a long way. A positive perspective fosters hope and serves everyone well. I'm happy to be alive. That means I can make a difference and so can you. Positive thinking doesn't always happen naturally. Sometimes it requires practice. I'm reminded of this by my daughters and wife frequently. But if we make an honest effort to see the glass half full more often, life can be so much more fulfilling. Next point I'd like to talk to you about sounds so cliche and yet so very important. And teachers are poised to be able to assess this about their students. We are uniquely poised to have this opportunity. That opportunity, and this point I'm trying to make, is try your best. I didn't say be the best. I said try your best. There's always going to be someone better. As a youngster, I was told, don't do it if you're not going to do it right. I've later come to realize and see it this way. There's nothing worth doing if you're not going to try your best to do it. I overheard a conversation with some middle schoolers. Yes, I was eavesdropping. It was before the stay-at-home order. It was at an athletic event. They were giggling and laughing, and I heard them call another student a try-hard. They called him a try-hard. And I had to ask them about that. I went over to him and I said, you just called that kid a try-hard. Can you tell me what that means? And the kid said, tryhards are somebody that do their best. It do be that way. More teen vernacular. Anyway, I'm thinking to myself, well, I want to be a tryhard. I try hard every day to be a tryhard. I don't want to be mediocre. That is not a flattering attribute for anyone. We want to take advantages of all of our opportunities to their fullest. It sounds something like this from 1982. One life, I'm gonna live it up. I'm taking flight, I said I'll never give it up. Stand tall, I'm young and kind of proud. I'm on the top as long as the music's loud. If you think I'll sit around as the world goes by, you're thinking like a fool, 'cause it's a case of do or die. Out there is a fortune waiting to be had. You think I'll let it go, you're mad. You got another thing coming. You got another thing coming. That pumps me up, those words. And believe me, it sounds better with the musical track behind me. In this song, singer-songwriter Rob Halford of Judas Priest speaks of a fortune out there waiting to be had. And in my mind, he's not necessarily talking about money. That's the beauty of music, literature, art, and poetry. We can take from it what we need, our own interpretation. I interpret that line saying, If you got what it takes and you want it badly enough, get out of my way, I'm going to get it. Maybe a job, an education, a promotion, marriage, happiness, some other opportunities. Try your best, folks. Moving on, too often, at least in my opinion, we're off to the races. Sometimes we don't get an opportunity to even take a breath to recognize a truly spectacular, single, solitary moment, much less reflect on the past. We're busy. We sometimes miss the here and now. If you can manage to work it into your daily routine, to take that moment to reach out and thank you to a family member, friend, teacher, colleague, for being there for you, whenever that may have been, you'll find that your heart will be warmed. And you'll feel lifted up and more able to approach an attitude of positivity. Be grateful, ladies and gentlemen, and let others know that you are. It is difficult and stressful growing up. It's difficult and stressful when you are grown up. Let's be grateful and kind, because no one needs to feel unappreciated. In 1998, it may have sounded like this. You've been so kind and generous. I don't know how you keep on giving. For your kindness, I'm in debt to you. For your selflessness, my admiration. For everything you've done, you know I'm bound to thank you for it. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. That's a sweet groove and a powerful message. Lastly, class of 2020, I would ask that you always remember where you came from. We are ELCO. Your parents, guardians have supported you to get to this point. So much love, sweat, tears, and joy. Your teachers have worked tirelessly to bring you to this moment as well. We are a region of small communities, but those communities always come together. They are generous and stand united in the face of adversity. There's no place I'd rather be. I like to say, I live, love, and play in ELCO and would have it no other way. I'm proud of that. I hope you are as well. There's no place like home. From my freshman year of high school, 1985. You know I'm a dreamer, but my heart's of gold. I had to run away high so I wouldn't come home low. Just when things went right doesn't mean they're always wrong. Just take this song and you'll never be left all alone. I'm on my way. I'm on my way home, sweet home. By the way, if you don't know any of these songs, please feel free to ask your parents, guardians, aunts, uncles, and even grandparents. In conclusion, here are my daily reminders. Read books daily for at least as long as it takes to watch 200 TikToks. Make your bed. Appreciate a vacuumed floor. Stay organized. Stroke moss, nature's carpet. Always be kind. And in the words of Mick Jagger and Keith Richards of the Rolling Stones, remember, You can't always get what you want. But if you try sometimes, you just might find you get what you need. Congratulations, class of 2020. Much love, happiness, and success. Thanks for being my students.
The faculty of the Eastern Lebanon County High School have determined that the following students demonstrated exemplary achievement in the respective curricular areas. In recognition of their hard work, dedication to the subject area, and effort put forth in pursuit of academic excellence, each student is receiving a monetary award. For agricultural science, Sarah Schallenberger. For art, Savannah Lewis. For business education, Desiree Balthaser. For English, Bridget Bosman. For family and consumer sciences, Kendra Stevenson. For mathematics, Ethan Balderrama. For music, Julia Michonne. For physical education, female, Tanisha Grewal. For physical education, male, Mitchell Gray. For science, Julia Battalato. For social studies, Julia Michonne. For technology education, Austin Sprinkle. For world language, Paola Lebron Munez. For Lebanon County Career and Technical Center, female, Audrey Barnhart. And for Lebanon County Career and Technology Center, male, Jeremy Bixler. Thank you and congratulations to each of these students.
Greetings to our parents and guardians, family members and friends, school board members and staff, and a very special congratulations to the Eastern Lebanon County School District Class of 2020. Today is a day of celebration and accomplishment as we gather to witness a significant milestone in the lives of our students, your children, as they graduate from high school. While there's not much new I could say to our graduates that has not already been said about their unique senior year, cut woefully short on March 13th when our schools were closed as a result of COVID-19. I want you to know, first and foremost, above anything else, that we, the school board, administration, teachers, staff, and the entire ELCO community are incredibly proud of you, the ELCO class of 2020, and we cannot wait to see how you overcome this situation and soar. Though your graduation is occurring amidst a pandemic, the world ahead of you is still an amazing place filled with incredible adventures for each of you. They await you on the other side of the graduation stage. All you need to do is take those steps and begin your journey to greatness. There are plans for you that will prosper you, which will give you a hope and a future. The past 3 months have been difficult, frustrating, and your thinking may have centered on all of those things you missed at the end of your senior year, from special traditions, the art show, spring athletics, field trips, lawn lunch, and the prom, to name a few. Even the simple daily acts of just being in school, the bus rides to CTC, lunches in the cafeteria with your friends, and walking the halls between classes were missed. I firmly believe that you have made up for anything that has been missed, and you've replaced those missed experiences with new ones equally as meaningful. However, as your senior year comes to an end, my hope for each of you is that you will not look back on your senior year as the year that could have been. Rather, my hope is that you will remember this as an opportunity that has prepared you for what lies ahead and the adventure waiting for you to begin. A pandemic cannot take away the pride of your achievement and the excitement of your future. The pandemic may have altered the image and dream of what your senior year was supposed to look like, but you are a part of and living through history in the making, and you each are a part of a pivotal change. You've already begun to shape the future as you show future classes how to be resourceful, persistent, and resilient. What lies ahead of you is what John Gordon refers to as your big life plan. In one of his recent blogs, he wrote, "When times are tough and you're not sure what to do next, these are the times when you need to realize the most that you are part of a bigger plan. There's greatness in you. There is a big life plan for you." Your destiny sits inside your soul like DNA sits inside of your genes. You may not be able to see it, but it's there, waiting to unfold if you let it. Don't let yourself get caught up in the crashing waves. Instead, jump those waves and keep your head up, looking out onto the horizon. And if you experience a wave so big that there's no way you can jump it, then ride it. Learn from the surfer who challenges wave after wave, growing stronger, developing more balance, and becoming more skilled every day. A smooth ocean never made a skillful surfer, and a struggle-free existence never made a meaningful, great life. The next time you're facing a difficult situation, remember that there is more than what is in front of you. There's a challenge, a lesson, and a plan. Don't let fear get in the way of what life is meant for you. Trust that there is a plan for you, and let those possibilities unfold. In the process, you will discover the great things you were born to do. In closing, my parting words to our graduates of the ELCO School District are simply this: as you embrace the adventures of life, be true to yourself. I assure you, no one else will accomplish being you better than you. Live with integrity, be honest, be compassionate, and may you never ever forget that you exist with great purpose. Congratulations, ELCO Class of 2020. As Superintendent of the Eastern Lebanon County School District, I'm honored to announce the students in the graduating class of 2020 who have attained the highest weighted cumulative grade point averages as of the end of the third marking quarter of this school year at Eastern Lebanon County High School. The salutatorian for the class of 2020 is Bridget Bosman. Next, earning the highest cumulative weighted GPA as of the end of the third marking quarter, the valedictorian of the class of 2020 is Ethan Balderrama. Congratulations to these two students on their outstanding achievements.
Good evening, graduates, parents, friends, and ELCO community. Reflecting back on tonight's graduation, I cherish the memories of each of you standing at the base of the stage, anticipating your name being called out for your moment in the spotlight. I gave you an elbow, some words of encouragement, and presented you with your diploma and posed for your personalized photo of the event. Families, friends, and administration and teachers and our school board members cheered you on, and as board president, this was quite a special moment for me. On behalf of the entire Board of Education of ELCO School District, I'd like to pass on my most sincere and warmest congratulations to all of you tonight. And I'd like to further congratulate this class for being a major part of the naming of ELCO as a top high school in America by U.S. News and World Report. Wow, what an incredible achievement. First time in the history of the school. Special thanks to your parents, teachers, administration for playing a large role in this award. Further thanks go out to the entire ELCO community for coming together during these incredibly difficult and exceptionally disappointing times. But through all of this, there is somewhat of a silver lining. The district has given out thousands of meals to families in need over the last few months. Students, teachers, parents, and yes, board has had to figure out the Zoom classes, Zoom meetings, Zoom bombing, and deal with Wi-Fi issues to get through this trying period of time. Parents have had to become partners with the district in educating their kids. Through all of the pandemic conditions set forth for us by the state and federal government, everyone here tonight is missing something, losing out in the situation. Some have lost jobs, some businesses have closed, some folks have been laid off, salaries and hours reduced, and worst of all, some may have lost loved ones, family, and friends to COVID-19. You too, 2020 graduates, have lost many things you cherish over the last several months. You lost the everyday social experience of being together. You lost spring sports, the art show, academic recognition, and you lost the prom. And probably the most impactful loss for you is the traditional graduation ceremony and new beginnings. Hopefully tonight's incredible graduation ceremony will make up for some of the losses we've all suffered. Keep in mind, someone once said, great things can happen from bad situations. Many of the elements of your graduation of 2020 tonight may be considered for future ceremonies, a much more personalized experience, a time for your family and friends to cheer you as you walked and received your diploma, and individualized photos of all of this, and including this video as well. Many great improvements to the graduation process. During the last few months, you have witnessed people, essential workers from all walks of life, stepping up for the good of communities. Your teachers improvising, innovating, and inventing to get the daily education message to each one of you. ELCO administration and food service staff sourcing food from local businesses and churches to feed local families in need. Nurses, doctors, EMTs, and healthcare professionals rising to the occasion to fight the virus, working crazy shifts in crowded and contaminated medical facilities, professional and volunteer first responders putting their lives on the line without question. These are a few recent examples of outstanding community service. Volunteering and professional service that shows unwavering dedication to our country from all these folks and more is honorable, and it touches on the soul that is America. We as Americans rise up to meet the most difficult of situations. JFK's most famous quote, "Ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country." Generations before you were called to service in very many different ways. In World War I and World War II, we were responding to international conflict, wars where America played pivotal roles in the outcomes of these events. In the early 50s, that generation stepped up to serve in the much forgotten Korean War. And the baby boomers dealt with Vietnam and all the controversies surrounding our involvement there. Ask board member Mr. Kramer about his service to our country in that conflict. He'll tell you all about it. And now, class of 2020, you may not feel like it, but you are the chosen class for this time. You are the pandemic class, the class that has the whole world following and honoring to graduate with you. You are being called to step into the future with energy and passion and lots of hope. What will your essential service be to the community? How can you serve the community and the world? How can you help? That service could be military service. And my hat is off to those of you continuing on from ELCO to the services. It could be volunteering in a local food bank. Maybe you could tutor struggling students while you're in the university, or volunteering your local fire station or ambulance service. It could be as simple as helping an aging neighbor, caring for grandparents. And kudos to those of you who have already chosen the healthcare medical field as careers. Giving your time to the community will help you discover the passions hidden within you and help you chart the path forward in your life. Class of 2020, congratulations. God bless all of you. Godspeed as you cross the threshold, move into the next phase of your life, and join the scores of ELCO High School alumni that is the Raider Nation. Thank you.
On behalf of the ELCO administration, faculty, and staff, thank you for joining us, albeit virtually, for the commencement ceremony of the Eastern Lebanon County School District's Class of 2020. Graduates, congratulations. You've made it. Your graduation symbolizes the culmination of 13 years of an incredible journey. And wow, what a journey it has been. The past 3 months have taught us to expect the unexpected. When we started the school year in the fall, could any of us have imagined the way the school year would end? No spring sports, no prom, a pass-fail graded fourth marking quarter, remote learning from home? No. We excitedly moved through the year, eagerly anticipating each of the moments that have come to define our school years. Friday night football games, lawn luncheons, homecoming, fall play, holiday concerts, playoff games, Raider Rowdies theme nights, Gold Rush, the musical. We moved through the year celebrating each of these moments, waiting for the next event, the next moment that we could celebrate together. Final preparations for prom were underway, spring sports practices had begun, Raiderthon was planning the 10-year anniversary birthday bash, and caps and gowns were starting to arrive. And then suddenly, it all came to a halt. When we walked out the doors of the high school on the afternoon of Friday, March 13th, did we expect to not return to those hallways and classrooms this school year? Absolutely not. Without warning, our typical routines were disrupted. The expected was no longer the norm. Instead, we encountered minutes, hours, days, weeks of the unexpected. At points, we simply did not know what to expect. Information, guidelines, restrictions were changing at a rapid pace. Now, a short 3 months later, we have started to settle into new routines. When leaving the house, we grab our keys, our cell phone, and our mask. When standing in line at the store, we now wait at the mark on the floor, waiting for our turn to check out. We celebrate our commencement as the Class of 2020 in small groups, with decorated cars, cheering family, friends, and teachers, and we turn our own tassels. We listen to commencement speakers on video from the comfort of our own homes. The unexpected is slowly beginning to feel a little more expected. But what has this time taught us? What happens when the unexpected becomes the expected? What happens is determined by what you do in response to the unexpected. How do you approach it? How do you handle it? What do you do in those moments when you encounter it? While this pandemic has taken the unexpected to a level we could not have imagined, what you have gained and learned through this experience has equipped you with the tools and resources to handle the unexpected in the future. Your lives and daily routines were interrupted without warning, but you, Class of 2020, have persevered. You have learned to adapt to frequent changes, to daily disruptions, and to new routines. You have embraced the unexpected and adjusted to new ways of communicating and interacting. As you move into the world beyond high school, these are the skills that will equip you to handle the unexpected. Your adaptability, your resilience, your perseverance will enable you to encounter the unexpected and thrive. The unexpected is yours, Class of 2020. Own it, cherish it, embrace it. And now, President Kale and the School Board of Directors, as principal of Eastern Lebanon County High School, I certify that the following members of the Class of 2020 have duly met the graduation requirements as set forth by the Eastern Lebanon County School Board of Directors. Mrs. Kelsey Thorley, Senior Class Advisor, will now call the class roll for the presentation of diplomas.
Mallory Marie Swope. Sonia Christine Flad. Chandler Lee Blake. Jaleel Julius Schaus. Lucas Schaefer. Monica Marie Lopez. Alex K. Royer. Zulema Judith Santiago Sepulveda. Autumn May Schlappick. Skylar Atkinson. Skylar Swinghome. Justin Fry. Hunter Fox. Sarah Elizabeth Borer. Tyler Miller. Austin Taylor Gerlach. Weston Riley Fouch. Alexander Thomas Heil. Shelby Lynn Heinze. Caitlin Marie Hart. Mackenzie Nadine Gettle. Sierra Marie Mabe. Xander Friend. Seth Christopher Neely. Julia Chekhanoff. Angel Martinez. Madison Rain Wolf. Ryan Sean Smith. Katrina Swartz. Jade Amber Maddox. Daniel Paul Griffey. William Robert Leadham. David Thomas Mills IV. Madison Marie Hine. Tyler James Toulos. Jason Erb. Evan Huey. Kylie Grace Stein. Natalie Corinne Swinghome. Michael Ivan Torres Jr. Amber Nicole Heisey. Kendra Marie Stevenson. Kendra is also the winner of the Family and Consumer Science Departmental Award. Samuel Bailey. Aaliyah Paige Janesco. Bridget Ann Bosman. Bridget is the ELCO class of 2020 salutatorian. She is an AP Capstone Diploma recipient, and she is also the winner of the English Departmental Award. Jeremy Scott Bixler. Jeremy is the recipient of the Lebanon County Career and Technology Center Award. Audrey Renee Barnhart. Audrey is the recipient of the Lebanon County Career and Technology Center Award. Alyssa Joy Weaver. Savannah Lynn Lewis. Savannah is also the recipient of the Art Departmental Award. Rachel Elizabeth Smith. Carson Marie Groy. Christian Michael Marasco. Raymond Durwood Hicks. Aiden Michael Zimmerman. Hunter Michael Hockley. Robert Clayton Walk. Mary Jane Beaumont. Daphne Jade Kraus. Rebecca Marie Sargent. Darian Brendel. Dalton Eugene Hall. Austin Scott Martin. Desiree Nicole Balthaser. Desiree is also the recipient of the Business Education Departmental Award. Tatum Nicole Landis. Evelyn Rose Firestein. Sabrina Jo Orfino. Haley Nicole Orfino. Melody Faith Dove. Aaliyah Monet Shade. Austin Michael Schaefer. Dakota James Gettle. Danielle Katie Ann Hackman. Skylar Renee Liskey. Ryan Keith Mogul. Kaylin Marie Clark. Brooke Alexis Dettery. Eric J. Williams. Timothy Gavriluk. Rima Anatolievna Granev. Gabriela Luna Nadal. Trevor Kellenberger. Charles Alexander Stuck. Rachel Grace Fling. Ethan Morris Gettle. Nicholas James Harnish. Jenna Helsel. Patrick Jonathan Stewart Gibble. Ashton Connor Louts. Daniel Walter Henry. Wyatt James Hermansky. Trevor James Goshert. Zachary Groff. Richard Kevin Green, Jr. Jordan Anthony Fernandez. Asher Kemble. Abram James Kemble. Tyler Vest. Morgan Rose Weimer. Jelena Maria Centeno. Casey Patricia Malloy. Liliana Marie Collins. Sarah Elizabeth Schallenberger. Sarah is also the recipient of the Agriculture Science Departmental Award. Tessa Leanne Wilhoit. Keegan Don Moyer. Janet Elaine Keynes. Hannah Elizabeth Stoller. John Cyrus. John Cyrus Reynolds. Justin Jimenez. Bryce Taylor Coletti. Benjamin Mark Horst. Louise. Devin Louise Rosengrant. Ryan David Miller. Jude Thomas Anthony. Julia Rose Mashoni. Julia is also the recipient of the Music and the World History Departmental Awards. Emily Marie Van Overbeck. Aiden Matthew Lizzie. Chance Petruska. Jeffrey Scott Kleinfelter. Christina Marie Kleinfelter. Julia Bryn Getler. Elizabeth May Latans. Julia Michelle Bottolato. Julia is also the recipient of the Science Departmental Award. Olivia Joy Balsbach. Ethan Robert Valderrama. Ethan is the class of 2020's valedictorian and is also the recipient of the Math Departmental Award. Hunter Wolfgang Chernich. Mitchell Bruce Gray. Mitchell is the recipient of the Physical Education Departmental Award. Austin Quinn Sprinkle. Austin is the recipient of the Technology Education Departmental Award. Joseph Tyler Landis. Jason Dylan Ware. Paola Lynette Lebron Munez. Paola is a recipient of the AP Capstone Diploma as well as the World Language Departmental Award. Just right there, okay? She's gonna take your picture in a second. Macaulay Scott Beard. Jennifer Ann Lebo. Michael Lones. Stand on the white X right here, buddy. Stand right on the white X. Look forward, honey. Yep, there you go. Thank you. Oh. Kayla Wensler. Austin Smith. Stand on the white X, buddy, okay? You're good, right here. Stand right here on the white X. There you go. Emily Karen Herlock. Isaiah James Hess. David Petrushev. Connor Andrew Gates.
By the power vested in me by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, I now pronounce you graduates of the Eastern Lebanon County High School.
Through the generosity and participation of our community, the class of 2020 is honored to carry on the tradition of the senior class gift. This class gift is an opportunity for the graduating class to leave a legacy for future students while honoring their experiences at the ELCO High School. It is a chance to say thank you for 4 amazing years. The class of 2020 is proud to leave a legacy of school pride by installing street pole banners throughout campus. Whether it's an away team sports bus or simply a member of the community passing by, all of those who see our banners will know that the class of 2020 is proud to be an ELCO Raider. While the senior class gift typically comes in only one form, a worldwide pandemic called us to do more. Though the circumstances that cut our senior year short are unfortunate, there have been many positive points of change in our community, state, and entire world. On behalf of the class of 2020, I'm happy to share with you that we'll be planting a class tree in remembrance of this trying time. As the seasons change and the years go on, our tree will serve as a lasting reminder that when faced with adversities, we too must stand tall and continue to grow. I would like to extend a special thank you to our maintenance crew and administration for making this a possibility, but most importantly, to our senior class advisor, Mrs. Thorley. Your hard work, dedication, and countless hours of planning have been the most essential factor in our success over the past 4 years. From the class of 2020, we thank you. Earlier this school year, I sat in class with Mrs. Kokan and my peers as we talked about the stresses and pressure that comes with senior year. College applications, SAT scores, college essays. At times, it seemed unbearable. So my classmates and I made a simple wish. 1 week, just 1 week. No tests, no assignments, no deadlines, nothing. A week of absolutely nothing. A very simple wish that we never could have imagined coming true. 3,566 days ago, we walked into the ELCO Intermediate School together as the class of 2020. 83 days ago, we walked out. Out of a senior year full of sports seasons and art showcases, talent show rehearsals, and stream studies. Instead, we are left with spring concert songs never sung, lawn lunch pictures never taken, and senior prom dresses never worn. We got our week of nothing. No speeding into the parking lot at 7:24 a.m., leaving us with just enough time to catch the end of Mr. Simmons' morning music and an iconic good morning from Mrs. Hicks. No Raider Bowls, no yearbook interviews, no cockroaches, and of course, no rushing out of the parking lot in an attempt to beat the buses. We rush, but why do we rush? We are so eager to get from point A to point B that we forget to cherish the moments in between. Take, for example, a tortoise. In life, don't be afraid to slow things down. Take in your surroundings and never take them for granted. And as you all know, a tortoise is surrounded by a shell. This shell provides protection against many dangers like weather and predators. As we leave high school, we too will be faced with difficulties. Though the easiest option may be to hide away in our shell like the tortoise, don't be afraid to brave the dangers of this world, and every once in a while, venture out of your shell. There are tremendous amounts of growth awaiting each and every one of you, and the chance to leave a legacy is within our grasp. Though some of us will travel far, while others stay within the quaint borders of Myerstown, may all of our encounters be genuine and meaningful. Let your legacy not be comprised of superficial belongings, but rather the hope and happiness that you instill in others. To our teachers, administrators, faculty members, friends, and of course family, we thank you. We wouldn't be sitting at home with our diplomas right now if it weren't for you. Our hearts will be forever grateful for your outpouring love and confidence over the culmination of our 13 years in the ELCO School District. When you're truly grateful for someone, words are never enough to express your thanks. As an unknown source puts it, If someone comes into your life and has a positive impact on you, be thankful that your paths crossed. And even if they can't stay for some reason, be thankful that somehow they brought joy into your life, even if it was just for a short while. While there are many paths of our senior year that will remain unfinished, let us not forget from 5th grade that the sun will come out tomorrow and shine upon all of our lives wherever we may go. Class of 2020, I wish you all the best in all that you do, and congratulations.
Hi, I'm Senator Dave Arnold, and I wanted to take a few moments to congratulate you on your high school graduation. A student's graduation from high school is a big deal, one that we normally celebrate with a large graduation ceremony and with family parties. While you may not be able to celebrate in that fashion this year, please do not let that fact dampen your pride and excitement in this tremendous accomplishment. I know that your school administrators, teachers, and parents have watched you work toward this moment for the past 12 years, and they are determined to make it special for you. I've seen their love and appreciation for the hard work that you have put forth to get to this moment. I want you to know that I am also proud of you and the efforts that you have given to become a graduating member of the class of 2020. Congratulations.